Hi guys! I'm so excited about today's video. We are going to get a little bit messy and we're going to have some fun, okay? And we are going to use some vinegar for today's ABC journal, letter V for vinegar. We're also going to need some baking soda, and then you're going to need some kind of coloring, okay? I have chosen, let me take these off to the side here. I have chosen to use Distress Oxide sprays. And I have attempted to use some alcohol inks, but you could easily use food coloring or food gel from your grocery store for this, okay? So don't be intimidated just because of the products I'm using. As long as you have your vinegar, baking soda, you can use any colorant. You could probably even use watercolor in here. Okay, so I got some samples over here so I can show you real quick. These are what we're going to be making. As you can see, this is all of this beautiful texture in here. I love that. I love the blends, and then here's another one. Now this one is slightly thicker cardstock, and this is not cardstock, I'm sorry, watercolor paper. I'm using watercolor paper today. Any wet media paper will work for this. Even cardstock will work. But yeah, I'm using watercolor, and you can see this is a thinner weight and this is thicker, and you can see the color difference. It's done from the same technique at the same time, but different paper made different results. Okay, these are the ones that I did with the distress sprays, and this one I did with the alcohol inks because I wanted to see if I would get a brighter color, more vivid. I did a little bit, but honestly, it's not that big of a difference in my opinion, and so I would just use the oxides myself. Okay, so when it dries, when our prints dry, it leaves this residue on here, so we have to take the residue off. Okay, so let me do that real quick so I can show you. Let me get a piece of paper here. I'm just going to use this dictionary page, and I am going to brush it off. See how that just falls right off? And we're going to see what is revealed underneath. Okay, I'm just going to brush it all off here with I'm using a dry towel here. Okay, I think I got most of that. You can kind of see it to know if you got it off there or not. And look at that beauty. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and we're going to do this one as well. Yes. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, one of those you don't know what you got until you reveal it. It's like a secret little thing here. I love this. Okay, making sure I got it all off. There we go. Got it all over my hands now. Okay, and that's what I think that is so cute too. See the layers? I love this. Okay, so those are the last two. Now, I'm going to move this out of the way. There's two different techniques. I think two. Might do three. Sorry about that. No, I might do three different techniques. Okay, so for the first one, which in my opinion, I like this look better than I do this one or even this one. Okay, I like this one better. I like what it looks like. But so we're going to do it first, okay? But I will show you all the other ones because you can get different results. I'm going to use this little container. You can use a sheet pan. I have paper down here to protect my desk because it is going to get a little bit messy. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is mix up our color, okay? So I have already mixed up my color, three colors. Okay, these are the three colors on here, believe it or not. That's what the three colors are. And I have mixed these up already, so I'm going to mix up a fourth color so I can show you how to do it. So we are going to take these little cups, and I'm going to put a little bit of vinegar. Okay, now this also is a messy, but it also is a smelly one. So, because vinegar is strong. So I'm just going to put a little bit, so it's about like that. Don't want too much. And this time, you know what? This time I'm going to do ink. I mean the spray stain instead of the oxide. Okay. I know that kind of sit on top more, but we're going to see how this works. So I'm going to just spray this directly into the vinegar. About 7 little ones there. And put that off to the side. And I'm just going to stir that up. Give it a stir like that. Okay. That's all I'm going to do there. And let me see. I'm sorry, I'm just grabbing my towel. See my towel? I'm just grabbing that. It'll be sitting on my lap, and I will be using it to dry stuff off. Okay, so our first thing is we're going to put down water. This is the thicker watercolor paper like this. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to sit it down right like that. Oh no, sorry. Don't put the paper in just yet. That's for the second technique. Sorry, we're going to do the first technique. Forgot what I was doing. We are going to take the baking soda, and we are going to put it in here, okay? And I am just going to spread it out. I think it would work best to me if it was spread out. It's just my opinion. You can keep it all clumped together if you want. You could also kind of make designs in it, like you could actually take like a squeeze bottle and put your baking soda in the squeeze bottle and then make different designs. Or you could even take your like this and create designs. You could do all kinds of things, okay? Like that. Now, I think I want a little bit more baking soda. I really wanted you guys to see the reaction. So I'm going to go ahead and add more. Okay. Get that in there. Kind of break up a little bit of the clumps. See, if you was using one of those squeeze bottles where you squeeze it out, you wouldn't have those clumps. All right. Now we're going to take an eyedropper. And I am going to put down the collar directly onto it. Now remember, this has vinegar in it and it has our color. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see this. Might zoom in, and I'm just going to fill my and then here comes the fun. Watch this. See how it gets all fuzzy and foamy? Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Okay, I'm just going to put my drops all over. Get into that baking soda mixture. This, look at it. Can you guys see the fuzz? Oh, look at that. It's like foam. We made foam. Okay, wait a minute. I got to get my towel here. Okay, now I'm going to put on some more colors. Kind of Halloweenish colors we got going on here with the oranges and purple. Just kind of blending that all up. Oops, got that one on the side there. Okay, and our brown, we're going to throw in some brown. This is walnut stain. I should have told you guys the colors. I'm using, let's see, spice marmalade. I'm using wilted violet. And I'm using walnut stain. Okay, these are the ones. And the other one I mixed up was pumice stone. Do we got enough in here, guys? You just try to fill the whole thing with it. Get all of that, cover all of the baking soda mixture down there, all the baking soda. Okay, now we're going to take some of this pumice stone. Not really sure how this one's going to work because I haven't used the spray stain, but let's just give it a shot and see how it's going to interact with these. And it makes a hissing noise too. I don't know if you guys can hear the hissing, but it does make a hissing noise. Okay, so that's good for right now. Okay, just throw that in there. All right, now I'm going to take my card, my thicker card, and I'm just going to lay it down on top of that, okay? And then I'm going to use my tweezers and kind of lift it up. So it looks like this right now, but I'm just going to keep putting it down, back down, getting some of that purple in there, covering it up. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna go like this and smush a little, because I like the smushy look, but I think it needs some more purple, to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry for a second while I add just a touch more purple in there. Okay, I should have put in more baking soda. There's some of it's activating. See, some of it is still going. Oh, I'm going to love this one. I can tell. Okay, so then I'm just going to let this sit off to the side. Okay, and let that dry. I think that's going to be so pretty. Okay, so that was so much fun, right? Okay, so that's how you do the smushing one. And I'm going to take one of the other ones, since I have a little bit here left. I want to show you with a different watercolor paper that's slightly thinner, okay? And it also has a slightly different color to it. But we're going to take that, and we're just going to take what's left here and push it down. Push all of that into it. And let's see, get some of that on there. Come on now. It's kind of making mud, so I'm not, there's a little bit over here. Let me see if I can grab this. Not real happy with the mud, so let's see if we can start over with that. And I'm just going to wipe that out with a rag. See how easy it is to clean up? So that you can just take all that mud right out, guys. It's like sand and grit. So there we go. Easy peasy on that one. Okay, let's lay our baking soda back down again. I'm going to let that one over there dry for a second. Look at this. Okay, that should be fun. Plenty. Okay, so we're going to do it again. I've got some purple here. I'm just going to kind of add that in, maybe drip it out. Kind of empty on my cup's a little bit empty. Okay, we have any orange left? Yeah, a little bit of orange. We'll throw that in there. Got to be careful not wanting to get too much sludge. This time I think I'm just going to go with the pumice stone. I really wanted to see what it was doing. I didn't really notice it on the other, so. And then I'm going to put a little bit of brown on the outside. Okay, that should be good. Kind of use those all up, so. And now I'll put my paper back in to the sludge. Just push straight down and then lift up. Yeah, see, can you see all the purple that just, do it again? That's a little bit more. I am kind of contaminating my own card here. Okay. Now, see, can you guys see how thick it is? That's the stuff we end up wiping off at the end. This stuff is so cool whenever it dries. Okay, I'm just trying to fill in a little bit of the gaps right here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to let that one sit off to the side and dry too. Okay, and I need another, I'm going to wipe this out so we can use it for our next technique. So this is my favorite, I think. I don't know. Let's try it again, the other one, and I'll show you. Okay, I'm just going to wipe that out into the trash can. Okay, so this next one, I need to add some more vinegar back into my cups. I did double line these so that if vinegar eats through the paper, because these are paper cups. But. Okay, there we go. Just add a little bit of vinegar. Now I'm going to add some more spray to them because I ran out of spray. Let's see. I'm going to add some of this spice marmalade. And some of the wilted violet. Try and add a little bit more this time. I want to see if I get a more vibrant color with this. Okay. Okay. That should be good. All right, now I'm just going to give these a quick stir. Bring that off on my towel. Okay. All right, so this next one, now remember, this still has the vinegar in it. Okay, so this next one, I'm going to lay it down, and I am going to distribute the baking soda straight onto the paper. Okay, straight onto it to get different results. Okay, I don't want this one to be all over this time, so I'm just going to do it like that. Then I'm going to take my dropper, there it is. Sorry, had to reach for my dropper. My dropper, and I'm going to drop this back onto the card. There goes the fuzzy. Look at that bubbles. It's so fun. I love this. It's perfect timing for this one too, because for these colors and this technique, I think works really well with Halloween. Okay. And I'm going to add, kind of let that sit for a second. Let that bubble out and dry. I'm going to add a little bit of purple. Okay. Now see, with this one, it's harder to fill the whole card, which is kind of why I like that for the first way better. But this gives you a lot more control if you were trying to fill something in, like a stamped image or something like that. Okay, now I'm going to give a couple squirts to get some texture in there. Do the brown. Kind of letting that purple sit for a second, so got to be careful about blending too early. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Okay. I can see like a black cat on this one. Oops, I squirted. Wow, look at that go. That's so fun. Oh my gosh. I love the fuzzy noise too. Okay, I'm just going to add some to the, trying to fill in the card. All right. Now I don't know what would happen if I squirted it with water. I don't know if that would take the effect away or not, so I'm not going to add water. Just going to let this run, kind of join in everything together. I don't want it to be too much sludgy. Okay, that looks kind of cool to me. Okay, I'm just going to let that, oh, that's so fun. Okay, I'm going to pull that one out and let it dry, hopefully. I don't know how to pull it out. Okay, let me grab it this way. I'm going to move my cards so that I'm not in. These dry really fast too. They don't take very long to dry, okay? In fact, our first one over here is already dry. See all the beautiful stuff on top that we had to take off? That was our first one, and it's, like I said, it's already dry. Okay, I've got to be careful lifting. Let that one sit. That one's going to take a little bit longer because of the drops, okay? So now I'm going to clean this. There we go. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to set these off to the side, and we're going to do the third technique, okay? Now, basically, the third technique is just in reverse, okay? So I got my colors right here, the same ones, okay? It's, well, actually, no, I've added Mermaid Lagoon instead of the purple. I've added Mermaid Lagoon. All right, and the way I've done these are backwards is because I have taken my baking soda and I have added the baking soda to the cup instead of the vinegar, okay? So it's kind of in reverse. Added my baking soda, that off to the side. Then I have taken my color. Let me see. Oh, I don't have one. Let me just grab another color. Here we go. we'll just use fired brick, okay? So I got fired brick here. So I had to shake that up. Was not ready. Okay, and so I just squirted it straight onto the baking soda. Okay? And it's still going to be dry, guys. It's still going to be a dry mixture at first. And so what we're going to do is stir it up. And it's kind of going to be pasty a little bit, okay? There we go. It's kind of like a thick paste. Okay, so I think we need to add just a bit more. Or you could add a little bit of water, okay? I think I added a little bit of water to my other one. So you could either add more of spray, or you could add a little bit of water. I'm just going to mix this one up like that, okay? And it's okay if it's a little thick, because we're not gonna do this one with the dopper, okay? All right, so with this one, I'm just going to take another piece of watercolor. This time we are going to paint, okay? So I don't know what I'm going to paint. I'm just going to paint something. This one again would be great with this one would be great with your stamped images, so that you can fill it in with your stamped images, okay? Just want to give you guys, okay, there's my water up there. Let's see. Just kind of playing around here. Not going to do anything fancy, because I can't do anything fancy. Nope, not with this, okay? Okay, I'm just adding some lines and nothing big. I just wanted to show you what it's going to look like. Okay, I'm just going to want a little bit more red in here. I really wanted to see what that looks like. Because this one doesn't have the water, so. Okay. Maybe a little bit more blue over here. Okay, now let's see what happens. We are going to take the other cup, my other cup right here. Now remember, this was the baking soda mixture, so it's the opposite of the other one. This time we're going to pour the vinegar straight into here. Like I said, this technique is better for a stamped image, or if you're coloring, or you're drawing flowers or things of that nature. All right, now we are going to take our dropper. Let me see where, there it is. A dropper. And this is a different dropper than the one I was using before. See, this one's already full of the distress ink. This one is clean, okay? And we're going to add our vinegar up into the syringe, and then we're just going to drop it onto our paper. So you can see why I wasn't too concerned about my image. It was just something fun to put the colors down. Okay. This one isn't foaming as much, honestly. This one isn't as a big of an impact as the other is, but it's still cute and gives you different results with the exact same products. I'm missing some of the drops, so I'm just going to kind of squirt it in there. I can't get that side to work. Let's see. There we go. Now, another way you can do this is to put the baking soda directly on top of the vinegar, but you're not going to get the color. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to drop some of the colors directly into some of that alcohol, that vinegar, just to give me some more punch of colors running here. Got some blue to add. So you can see where the vinegar is, so I can kind of see to add more of this color. I ran out of vinegar, so. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's so pretty to me. That right there is pretty. Okay, so we are going to let that one dry, and we're going to go back to our first one. Kind of cleaning my stopper here. There we go. Trying to remember which one is which. All right, that one is so cute. Let me pull it out so I can let it dry. Let me see if I can pull it out without. Okay, there we go. Set that one beside me. All right, now let me show you again. Oh, let me show you the alcohol ink ones, okay? They come out really dry whenever you do the alcohol ink ones. This was the baking soda with alcohol ink, okay? And then I did have to use water. And in order to use this one again, there we go, I would need to reactivate it because it is powder. So you could put this directly onto, you know what, let's just try it. Let's just try it. Let's go ahead. Why not, right? Let me clean this in real quick. It's going to take me a second to clean this. Just absorbing all that color. Okay, where did I put the paper? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to put my paper down, right? And we are going to take this powder and we are just going to sprinkle it all over. Okay, this is the alcohol ink, mind you, and it is dry. That one clumped, so we'll see what happens there. Okay, is there any more? Yep, there was a big chunk left. Okay, that one and this one. Oh, let me break this one up a little bit. This one's still kind of moist, so there we go. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Might be off camera here. Didn't mean to be. Need some down here. There we go. All right, now let's see what happens. Let's add our vinegar. Okay, I'm just going to pour a little bit of this vinegar. Okay. Pouring vinegar is probably not the best of bet, so let me add some more to my cup. This vinegar is very old, so it may not be, yeah, it was best by 2024, so it's a little old. Okay, so I'm going to get my dopper back out, and I'm going to drip the vinegar straight onto the page here. Look at that fuzz! I love this look. Okay, this is working too. I like this. Where you left it dry and just put that dry on there. That was cool. See how it pulls the color into it? Trying to hit all the debris. Because we're like here where it's not liquid, it's just going to brush right off. So, okay, but I am starting to get sludge. I don't want sludge. Thin that down a little bit. Okay, that looks good to me. We'll leave it at that. Okay, that's going to be interesting. I'm in tweezers. Okay, we'll just let this one sit off to dry too. Kind of running, so move my stuff so I have a room for it here. Okay, I'm going to set that right there. Now I'll set that off to the side, and let's look at our first one. Okay, so we need to brush this off. So again, I'm just going to use a dry wet wipe. It's just dry. And I'm just going to run it across like that, and you get all this. See, it's purple. You can see which one's on top is the purple one. Like that. It just wipes right off. And it leaves this beautiful image. Like I said, can you guys see a black cat on that, or maybe some pumpkins? Oh, and I love this right here. Can you guys see how it left all that texture on there? That's beautiful. Okay, so that was the thicker one. This was the thinner one. I'm not sure if it's completely dry. Yeah, it's dry. Okay, so this is the thinner one. So let's see what's happening with it. Let's go ahead and start brushing it off. Oh. It is slightly damp still, so if it was more dry, it's easier to brush this off than whenever it's still wet. Oh my gosh, look at that. That pretty? Look at that. See all this? Oh, that is beautiful, isn't it? I love that. I can't wait to use that. I will be putting these in the ABC journals after I've made them into tags and pockets. That was my intent with these, is to make them into tags and pockets. But yeah, that's so cool. I couldn't have gotten that with any other way, I don't think. Maybe, but I doubt it. With all this in there, maybe with texture paste. You see, now it's all smooth. So you got the look of texture paste mixed media, but with no texture paste. That is so cool. All right, now our other one that we had is still not dry. So here's, oops, let me move that powder. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to take my a paper towel and go right, or actually I'll just use my rag. I got it right here. So I'm just going to use this and I'm just going to push it down and lift up. So, oh, that's so pretty. Do it one more time. There we go. Okay, so this is the other technique, and it does need to dry, and then we have to brush this and off. So you know what? I'm going to speed up the process, and I'm just going to dry it with my heat gun. Hang on a second. Okay, so I'm just going to dry it with my gun right here real quick so that we can see, and you can watch it dry in real time so you can see all the magic again. This thing is full of magic. I loved all the fuzz and the noise and just, oh, I love this. Just getting it dry. Probably helps if I lift it. I think this is going to be pretty. Okay, I think that one's dry. So let's brush it off. Okay, so, oh, see how that, oh, you guys see what's happening when I brush it? Look at that. Okay, so I did tell you it was messy, guys. It is messy, but look at that, what it reveals. Look at those colors. Oops. Okay. Oh, that is so pretty. I like that. Oops, still got some right there. My edges. Okay. That is neat. So I can definitely see that into the background. These are background pieces, but I really enjoyed that one. That one's pretty to me. I didn't think I liked that technique as much, but I did. So okay, so let's jump back over here to this one. Move that out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to dry it. Okay, this was the last one. Ah, that's interesting. And again, it needs to dry. So let's. So I'm going to set that one off to the side for just another second. And I'm going to go back to this one. This was our alcohol ink one. So I'm just going to mop up the extra color there so it can dry. And I'm going to get our heat gun back out and dry that. Here we go. Okay, now let's move back to this one real quick. We'll save that alcohol one because it still needs to dry a little bit. All right, so this one, let's go ahead and, oh, it's pretty on the back too. Let's go ahead and wipe it off, okay? I almost wish I could leave some of that on there, but it will just fall right off because there's nothing to adhere it to it, the baking soda. So the baking soda is coming right back off. You know what? that baking soda is already colored. I bet we could do it again and just sprinkle it on and it would color, you know, you can just keep using it. I wouldn't mind trying that one time too. See if that works. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like that. You can kind of still see my heart outline up there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so that one has still got a little bit on there, so you can kind of see it. I don't know if you guys can see. You can see the grit sometimes. There's some up there. So you can, that's why I'm saying it'll come right off. See, you go like that. You just need to wipe it off. This is still kind of damp on the edges. So fishing my sand over here. All right, so there we have that one. And then we got our alcohol ink one, okay? Now, I'm not sure. This one's still wet, so I'm not sure what it's going to look like because it's a little thicker. So let's see. Yeah, it's not as... It didn't sit long enough, in my opinion. It should have sat a little bit longer to really absorb the colors because it's not quite dry yet. Still pretty, though. Oh, that's a beautiful watercolor card. Is that not beautiful? I love that. Now this one, you can definitely see more because I didn't use as much. So you can see how this did on the edges. I love that, how it just, it blended, but yet retained its shape a little bit more. Whereas this one kind of, you know, did what Distress Oxide did. It just kind of bloomed. Whereas this one, as you can see the difference between the alcohol ink, it just kind of stayed in its little areas a little bit more. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Stayed in its area more. And then we have that one again, and these two. I mean, honestly, there's still, I kind of like this thinner watercolor paper rather than the thick. I think that the thick one absorbed it a lot more than this one did. So it just matters your preference, but I feel like I can see the outlines, and I can see more of the movement than I can in this one. I kind of have to look a little bit harder to see the movement, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little fun thing today. I had a good time making them, and I will be making these into cards and pockets, like I said, and it will be in my ABC journal. Okay. Oh, that one got re-wet. Oh, it must have got re-wet over here beside me. Not sure how that got re-wet, but I'll bring these ones over so you can see those. So this was the ones we made, and these were the ones I made earlier. You can see I use more orange in this and more purple in this. But yes, I do like these for Halloween, so I'll be saving these ones back for Halloween. Okay, so you can let me know which one you like and have fun with the fuzzing. That was so fun. So I hope you guys have a blessed day.